Okay, am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the case notes. So now, let me tell you that where you will write history. Okay, again, it is variable. Okay, there is no fixed rule. You can write history according to situation or in the case notes. Like for example, in this letter, uh, you can write history in like after first visit, like here. Okay, he has been suffering from hypertension, so you have wrote history here. So maybe if history is long, like there is uh, 2 3 sentences, then you can write history just after the introduction. Okay, just after the introduction, or maybe sometime you will need to write the history like before conclusion. Okay? In, in last paragraph, before the last paragraph, before conclusion. It's variable. So we can discuss this in further class. So now I will transform these case notes. Okay, so this is first visit. So what I will do, I will look that if that information is relevant, semi-relevant, or irrelevant. Okay. For example, he is here for regular checkup. Yes, relevant. Presenting a plan, definitely this is relevant. Now his history has started. So he has hypertension. Uh, yes, relevant because maybe he will need surgery and surgeon might know this information. He's a non-smoker. This is negative history, like negative finding. We can skip it. This is irrelevant. He's drinking more. This is relevant. Okay, his drinking history is relevant. Widower living on his own, likes cooking and says he eats well. Um, I don't think so. Like he's not obese, so his eating habits, his cooking habits. That's I don't think so. That is relevant. Okay, this information is irrelevant here. His medication, yes, that is relevant. The surgeon should know that he is taking antihypertensive medication, so that this information might help him during surgery. Again, his allergic history is relevant. Okay, so that they might not start him some medication that contains penicillin. Okay, otherwise he will get allergic. So this information is relevant. Now his blood pressure is high. Okay, this is positive finding. This is relevant. Pulse is regular. This is not relevant. The things which are normal, they are not uh, relevant in this case. Okay? Cardiovascular, respiratory examination, urine analysis, irrelevant. Okay. Slight swelling in right groin, consistent with groinal hernia. He's just repeating this, presenting a plane again. And but what is inguinal hernia is like now he has made the diagnosis. He's saying that this is my diagnosis. Okay, so what's the plan?
Pulse is irregular. Pulse is irrelevant.
Yes, pulse is irrelevant because that is regular. Pulse 80 is this is regular. Okay, this is normal finding. So there is no use of mentioning normal finding. Okay, unless there are some circumstances, there are some special cases where you might mention normal findings or positive findings. But here this might be, or you can just generalize. Okay, you can just generalize as I mentioned that you can say that his examination was unremarkable, except his blood pressure was raised and there was a swelling in his right groin. So it means that everything was normal, but blood pressure was high, and uh, examination on examination, right groin finding was there. So therefore, I made my provisional diagnosis, or I made my diagnosis as inguinal hernia. Okay, you can say you can just generalize those uh, normal findings by saying that his examination was unremarkable. Okay, plan advised alcohol reduction. Yes, that might be relevant or semi-relevant. Okay, I can say this is semi-relevant. Okay, discussed options regarding hernia. Patient wants to avoid surgery. This is relevant. This is patient's perspective. Okay, the consultation should be patient-centered. Okay, here the consultation is patient-centered. That's why this patient will of avoiding surgery is relevant. Okay, avoid heavy weightlifting and review. Okay, this might be semi-relevant. So the information which I am mentioning that they are semi-relevant, I will mention those information, my case notes, but not in detailed form. Okay, I will just try to mention them, but not in very much detail. Okay, next visit. Okay, okay. First, let's write this visit. Okay, so how I am writing this visit after introduction. Okay, this is introduction part. I am just starting from first visit. I will write initially, comma. Mr. Warden presented to me. Remember one thing because this is a past event. This event has happened in the past, so I will use past tense. Okay, most of the time simple past tense. Okay, so Mr. Warden presented to me on this date for a regular checkup. Okay, on examination. He had a mild swelling of the right groin. His blood pressure was this, and pulse was 80 beats per minute. Okay, he mentioned pulse here, so we can mention it. Otherwise, his condition was normal. Or we can skip it, okay? It's up to you. Otherwise, his condition was normal. So, we generalize the thing that his respiratory examination, cardiovascular examination, urine analysis, and other things were normal. Maybe he did not mention about anything about temperature. So don't go there. The things which he has not mentioned, just skip them. Don't try to focus on them. Only focus which case notes are there. The case notes which they have provided. Then he was
So,
diagnosed as yes.
Dr. Abdullah, we can write the pulse, right? You said previously, you said you don't need to write. Like it's 80 beats per minute is normal. If you write it, they will not deduct the
Yes, you
marks.
no, they will not deduct the mark. Actually, why he wrote this because the case notes are very small. Okay, so that's why uh, he he has written like something which is semi-relevant, maybe. Okay, so like he hasn't mentioned other examination findings. Because pulse rate is normal. You can skip it here. You can write it as I mentioned that on examination he had a mild swelling of the right groin. His blood pressure and we can write and his blood pressure was this. However, the rest of the examination was unremarkable. Okay, we can write this as well. He has written this in a different manner. Otherwise, his condition was normal. The concept is same. The point is same. He was diagnosed as having an inguinal hernia. Okay, now examination finding. Like first, I mentioned about presenting complaint. Now, examination findings. Okay, examination findings. I am grouping similar information together. For example, mild swelling on examination. There was mild swelling and blood pressure and pulse and other wise his condition was normal. So I am mentioning examination findings after this sentence. They are similar, right? Similar information together. Now I mentioned my diagnosis. Now I have mentioned about my diagnosis. He was diagnosed as having an inguinal hernia. I discussed the possibility of surgery. So now I have started telling him about management options. Okay? What are those? One of uh, one of the possibility is surgery. Okay, then, however, sorry, the possibility of surgery. However, he indicated he did not want an operation. Okay. So now, kind of a discussion, discussion on treatment option. So I offered, I presented information about surgery to my patient, but he refused. He indicated that he did not want an operation. Therefore, I advise that he avoid heavy lifting and reduce alcohol consumption. These are also management options. Okay. Prevention. Okay. Avoid heavy lifting, reduce alcohol consumption. A review consultation was scheduled for 3 months later. Okay. Up till now, first visit has completed. Okay. Now I tried to mention relevant history. Okay. Only relevant history. He has been suffering from hypertension for 5 years, for which he takes noted aspirin and multivitamin. So I mentioned his past medical history and his medications, and he is allergic to penicillin and his allergy history as well. He's a non-smoker. I haven't mentioned. He likes cooking. He likes his his diet is good. I haven't mentioned that. Okay. Along with he he was drinking. I haven't mentioned drinking. Why? Because I already,
Excuse me?
yes.
Do I need to mention the doses? Because it was written in the case note for the Notin aspirin.
Uh, Actually, it depends on, like, if the surgeon requires to know the doses. If he really wants to know about the doses, maybe he does not. But if, like, in some cases, for example, he's taking warfarin or some other very sensitive medication, then you can mention doses. Otherwise, that will be uh, like a lot of information. And, like, in real practice, just I usually tell my students that imagine every condition, every case scenario in your real life scenario. You will get a lot of information. You will get a confidence that which should be written and which should not. For example, in the end, let me show you one. You have written this sentence. Should there be any queries, do not hesitate to contact. So, for example, if he really wants to know about the dosage of aspirin, maybe he wants to know about dosage of some of the medication, he will contact you. He will call you. Okay. So, in some case notes, you can write it. Okay? But if you want to save your word count, maybe in this case note, because there are only two visits, still short. That's not very long. Case notes of each visit that are also short. There you can write dosage. But if you think your letter is lengthy, case notes are very extensive, then you might skip them. Okay. So, like,
All right, thank you.
I have further classes on every part, like uh, on introduction, on history, on grammar, on transformation. The details
Okay,
of, yes,
Dr. Abdullah, the medicines like warfarin, we have to write the doses. The
like like
medicines like
like
warfarin.
if that becomes important, because that is a very sensitive dosage of warfarin is very sensitive. If they will fluctuate the dosage, his INR will fluctuate and things will be wrong. He might get bleeding brain and all that. That way, it all depends on case notes to case. Okay. For example, let's suppose uh, if some kind of psychiatric history is there, if some kind of psychiatric issue is present in case notes, and you are writing the letter to uh, psychiatrist, okay, then that information is relevant. You cannot skip that info. But if you are writing the same letter with the same case notes to some orthopedic surgeon, then the psychiatric history, maybe that will become irrelevant. Okay. So it will be variable according to case notes to case. Okay, like same case notes uh, can be written in different form according to your recipient. Okay, so like it's a dynamic thing. Every letter will be different from previous one. Okay, so this is how you will write first visit. Then next visit. Let me show you case. Okay, had problems lifting. This is today's date. Okay, today's date. Had problem lifting heavy wheelbarrow while gardening. Has a regular delay, right groin. Noticed swelling has increased. So there is a change in presenting a plane. Dull ache and swelling has increased. Two things have. After lifting wheelbarrow, he reduced alcohol intake. This is also a progression. Like this is one of the progress. Like he has reduced drink. Blood pressure normal, pulse normal. So like pulse is 70. Here he will not mention the pulse. So you can skip the pulse in previous visit as well because that is normal. Fine. Okay. Marked increase in swelling, right? And left groin. Small swelling in left groin is also there. Diagnosis.
Dr. Abdullah, Dr.
Yes.
Abdullah, blood pressure slightly raised, like mild 140.
No, this is normal range. Okay. This is
Okay.
normal range. Like if uh, anyone can confirm it, the recent guideline about that. 140 is we can say this is a normal limit. Am I right? Anyone can confirm in comments. Okay, so
Yeah, that's
diagnosis
right.
is diagnosis is bilateral inguinal hernia. Then advise patient you want to refer him to surgeon. He agrees, but he wants uh, local anesthetic. Very small information. How I'm going to write this next visit today. Today, uh, there will be a comma. Okay, I skipped it. Today, he returned complaining that his right groin had raised in size with a regular delay, possibly due to lifting a heavy wheelbarrow. Okay, I mentioned three information here in one sentence. I made complex sentence. Okay, like he returned complaining. I'm mentioning complaints again. The pattern will be sequence will be similar. This is complaint. First of all, write complaint. Complaining that his right groin had raised in swelling with a regular dull ache. Dull ache is also another complaint with a regular dull ache. I can put full stop here, but I decided to make this sentence as complex one. So I continue as possibly due to lifting a heavy wheelbarrow. Full stop. Now I have completed my sentence. Don't make them too much lengthy or too much small. Then the examination revealed a considerable increase in the swelling of the right groin as well as mild swelling of the left groin. Now I am mentioning about examination findings. Okay, so there is nothing to write in case note. For example, this is he has reduced alcohol intake. Okay, maybe this information is not relevant here. Okay, pulse, blood pressure, no, nothing relevant. Okay. Now, bilateral inguinal hernia. Now I want to write my conclusion here. I will mention, like you don't need to mention same information again and again. Okay? Like now my diagnosis bilateral inguinal hernia. I will write this diagnosis conclusion like this. Uh, Based on my provisional diagnosis of a bilateral inguinal hernia, I would like to refer him for surgery as early as. Please note, he wishes to have the surgery under local anesthesia. Okay? Should there be any queries, do not hesitate. There are different formats of writing a conclusion. You can just memorize two, three of them, and you can use them according to scenario.
Dr.
So,
Dr. Abdullah, I have a question. For today's visit, you have used the past tense. Even for the
Yeah,
today's
yeah.
visit?
Yeah, but let me tell you. For example, I am writing the letter right now. Okay, and I have seen my patient maybe 5 minutes ago. Is that so? When I have seen this patient 5 minutes ago. So this has become a past now. This today's visit, like there are two times now. One time I am writing the letter. This is present tense. This is present uh, tense. Okay, present time. Now I have just finished. For example, I have taken his pulse. So what will you say? His pulse was 70, 70 beats per minute. Or you will
Yes.
say his pulse is 70 minutes. You have taken his pulse 5 minutes ago. That has become past. Okay,
Yeah, got
clear.
it. Thank you.
That's why I used like he returned complaining that his right groin had increased in size with a regular dulling, possibly due to lifting a heavy wheel. The examination revealed just 5 minutes ago. Okay, a considerable increase in the swelling in the right. Okay, any question up till now? Anyone, if anyone has questions, they can ask. Uh, okay, we have completed conclusion part as well. Yours sincerely. Ending, you will write this. Why should be capital? S should be small. They should be small. Very simple. You can write your own name. You can write Doctor X. You can write GP. Like should be your title here. In the end, the letter should be like this. Okay? Like these are the information of your recipients and patient. This is your introduction part. Okay, this is your introduction part. This is first visit. Okay, okay. First visit. This is today's visit. Second visit, and this is conclusion. So how many paragraphs should you write your letter? For example, if there were three visits, then similar. You can write first visit here, second visit here, and today's visit, which is third one here. So there will be 5 paragraphs. Okay? And what if there are 6 visits? You can merge 2 visits. Like second paragraph, you can merge first and second visit. And in third paragraph, you can merge third and fourth visit. Okay. So this is how you will write.
And the recent one we will write the separate in the separate paragraph, the current one.
It also depends on the case notes. For example, maybe first 3 visits are very small. They are only 2, 3 cases. So you can merge 3 visits, and the recent visit, today's visit, is the main visit of the letter. So you can expand that in separate paragraph. I've said that it would be variable according to case notes to case. So they will change the case notes. There is no fixed pattern of your letter. So
And one more,
yes, yes,
and one more question: the today's date will be the exam date.
yeah,
I
exactly,
mean,
exactly, yes, yes,
we have to write the exam date.
exactly, exactly.
Thank,
Today's
thank
date
you.
will be your example. So I have detailed classes on every subtest as well and on writing as well. So for beginners, I have made a 1 month crash course. There will be live classes just like this on Zoom. And if you think that you don't need beginners classes and you just want to correct your letters and you want to take speaking mocks, so I'm providing those as well. So if you want to take my services. Any question?
Doc, Dr. Abdullah, Dr. Abdullah, in your session, you used to tell the different templates as well, like which we have to memorize, like the purpose, and you
Yeah,
said we have to.
yes.
So so if we take your session, so you will tell the templates as well
Yeah,
in
exactly.
your
Exactly.
subscription.
I have a whole class on introduction, on only this introduction part. I have one whole class on this part, like discipline and how to write different formats of date, how to write these titles, how to write address, and everything. Okay? There are different grammar rules, different rules regarding this, and there are different patterns of writing discharge introduction, discharge letter, transfer letter, update letter. There are different patterns of
In any a beginner session, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, any questions so far? You want to know anything? Should I end this session? Okay, thank you very much. If you will have any question, you can ask in group as well. Okay, or you can personally text.
Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Fatma, you can text me. Okay, you can text me. I will answer you in the text as well.
All right, thank you.